You know that feeling, right? You're staring at a message on your phone, you know you need to reply, but you just can't. It's a really common modern-day anxiety. So today, we're going to dive into the psychology of why we do this, why we sometimes take hours, or hey, even days, to get back to someone.
Yeah, that feeling. It's almost like a digital paralysis. You've seen the message, you might even have the perfect reply worked out in your head, but your fingers just won't move. This isn't about being angry or not caring. So what on earth is really happening in our brains in that moment?
Okay, so this whole thing often kicks off because of a huge gap. The gap between how we feel on the inside and how our silence is seen from the outside. And that's exactly where all the guilt and the wrong assumptions start to creep in.
I mean, think about it from their side for a second. In a world that runs on instant everything, a long silence can feel, well, intentional. They might start thinking you're upset with them, or maybe that you're just not interested. It's a pretty natural conclusion to jump to, even if it's totally wrong.
And here is the fundamental misunderstanding. They might think you're being rude or just blowing them off, but the reality of what's happening inside your head is a completely different story. It has nothing to do with them. It's all about you feeling completely overwhelmed, totally drained, and just trying to hang on to whatever little bit of mental energy you have left.
So, if it's not bad manners, what is it? Well, the psychological truth behind this delay isn't really about social skills at all. It's about our biology. It's actually a sign that your nervous system is completely maxed out.
Think of it this way. That delay, it isn't a conscious choice you're making. It's more like a subconscious stop sign that your brain is throwing up. It's a defense mechanism against what's called cognitive load, just the sheer volume of information and social demands hitting us from our devices all day long.
And you know what? This state of being constantly overwhelmed, it actually has a name. It's called digital fatigue. It's that feeling of being mentally checked out, where even a simple task, like replying to a friend, suddenly feels like climbing Mount Everest. It's a direct result of the pressure to be always on. And a huge reason for this fatigue is just that constant access. We're available 24/7. Unlike a phone call that has a clear beginning and end, our digital conversations can feel like they never stop. There's no off switch anymore, and that constant expectation for an instant reply, it just relentlessly drains our cognitive battery until there's nothing left.
Okay, so if the problem is this crazy expectation of an instant reply, what's the solution? Well, it really comes down to shifting our entire perspective. We need to start redefining our communication norms and embrace something called the asynchronous advantage.
So what in the world is asynchronous communication? Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like old school email. You send a message with the unspoken agreement that the other person will get back to you when they actually have the time and energy. It just takes that immense pressure of now right off the table.
And this is so important. Needing time to reply isn't a character flaw. It's just a communication preference. It's that simple. Some people love that rapid-fire back-and-forth texting, and other people, they need to step back, process, and respond on their own schedule. Both are completely valid ways to communicate.
See how this reframes the whole issue? That delayed reply isn't you being lazy or rude. It's actually an act of self-preservation. It's about you taking active steps to protect your own cognitive energy.
And the stakes here are really high. Forcing yourself to be on all the time, to reply instantly to every single thing, that is a one-way ticket to chronic burnout. Creating that space for yourself, allowing for that delay, it isn't just a nice to have, it is an absolutely necessary boundary for your mental health.
So how can we actually do this without feeling guilty all the time? Well, it really starts with a simple 3-step mental shift. First, just acknowledge your limits. When you feel that dread, listen to it. Don't just try to power through. Second, start to normalize this, for yourself and for others. It's okay to tell people, hey, I'm slow to reply sometimes, but it's never personal. And third, you have to consciously embrace this asynchronous style. Remind yourself that replying later isn't rude, it's responsible.
You know, this quote really just sums it all up perfectly. A delayed response is not a rejection of the other person, but an acceptance of your own mental boundaries. Let that sink in. It's not about them, it's about you and respecting your own capacity. It might just be one of the healthiest things you can do in your digital life.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. In a culture that demands we be available every single second of the day, maybe that pause, that unread message, the decision to wait, maybe it's not a failure to communicate at all. Maybe it's our last line of defense to protect our own peace of mind.
What do you think?